In a world where every podcast rushes to the microphone before the popcorn has even settled, they scream their hot takes while the credits are still rolling. Now, two men bound by love of movies dare to wait, because when the lights go up and the hype fades away, that's when the real movie begins. They're pulling the curtain back 5 business days later and seeing if there's anything still there. The perspective the world didn't know it needed. Welcome to Back to the Movie Week, late takes with Jesse Murray and Scott Cash. Tonight, they're going back to the movie.
Boo-doo-doo.
All right.
Do-do-do-do. We're back.
So we're doing things a little different tonight. We didn't get to finish last week's feature, so we're gonna complete that tonight.
No Lifeforce.
In the meantime,
we did talk about this a couple of weeks ago.
We have a special treat.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about the Odyssey.
Yeah. So it was teased.
Even though we didn't see it together, we saw it different times. It's a big enough movie for us to cover it anyway. So we're gonna do it in this intermission of Lifeforce
special edition here. We'll see
first,
how far.
Do you have a rant for us, or do you want to get to that?
You want the Murray minute right now? I don't know if we should do the Murray minute.
Do you want to transition to that through Zendaya? And the Odyssey,
let's transition, because I don't want to start yelling at people right away.
Okay.
I don't want to scare off everyone. But I didn't love the second of the back-to-back movies from the Dream Team. Whatever married duo, I guess they had the it couple, the ultimate it couples movies this summer.
Oh, I hate that that's them.
Who would have thought?
Like my parents had Marilyn and Joe DiMaggio, and
Marilyn Monroe, Arthur Miller. That was a big Hollywood couple. But yeah. What do we have? I don't know. I think we were Brangelina or whatever. That was our era.
Kind of. Yeah, that was our era. Brangelina. Benifer.
Oh yeah. Ridiculous.
That wasn't really the power couple. That was just one of these dramatic fucks. What are they up to now?
But the better the sounding merge of names, seem to be
Demi Moore and Bruce Willis. That was the big power couple I remember as a kid.
And then Ashton took over. That was bizarre.
That was weird.
Yeah.
That was weird.
What are you doing?
Lasted
Ashton?
way longer than I thought.
Longer than Bruce, I think.
Business doing.
Yeah, wild. And then now he's with Mila Kunis, back with her, which is just a bizarre swing of things. That guy's romances, who would have thought?
Yeah, I mean, they're always destined to be together.
Is that what it was?
Yeah,
it was like
it was just with Demi Moore to prove to Mila, it's like, how you feel bad about this, don't you? let me know. I'll dump this old bitch in a second. Just let me know when you're ready.
That's great. All it takes is a Demi Moore to bring people together.
I know. So sad for her. But she is a gifted actress.
Shockingly, yeah. It's weird. She makes bad choices in her movies. Like, I think since G.I. Jane, she kind of went off the rails. But she's a good actor. So it's just bizarre. It's like good actor, bad picker. I don't know. She just hasn't seemed to... She makes interesting movies, I'll say the least. Like, Substance was a cool... new choice of hers, but for a while she wasn't necessarily making the best stuff.
Yeah,
like towards the end of her career,
she was kind of, I don't know, because family stuff or whatever, but it seems like she had been relegated to like these C and D characters.
Yeah,
for a little while.
She lost leading lady.
Yeah.
I think after like Charlie's Angels Full Throttle, she was the villain. She never really got big again. She was never like the lead again until Substance, which like got her back, I guess. But we'll see what she does. Well, she's in some TV
stuff. More of a
co-star,
co-star, right?
But that's a lead. I'd say she's a lead.
Yeah,
definitely. She's on the cover, like full blown. It's her movie. You could be like, it's Demi Moore and that other chick, the young one.
Yeah, she knocked that out of the park.
She did. But all right, so Odyssey. We were just talking Tom Holland and Zendaya, which was how we got off this beaten path here.
Let's not start Odyssey talking about them. They were mostly the worst parts about it for me.
We could talk about them a little bit later, but we got a $250 million movie So $250 million to make this puppy, right? We got multiple locations, tons of them. You love talking locations. We've got Greece, we've got Iceland, we've got, even I think some of it was shot here in Hollywood. You got
the location list on the credits just kept coming.
Insane.
It's like,
I loved seeing that. So that was definitely
St. Louis, huh?
Yeah. I don't remember Odysseus going there. But I definitely one of the highest peaks of this movie is its locations, and you're just in these real
gorgeous
spots. It's Lord of the Rings level, just wow, blows you away where they go next, and it's all just the next spot's prettier than the one you just left.
Every location was its own character in a way. You felt it.
Yeah, there was a funny
thing. Perfect for the Odyssey.
Right, but bad for the actors, I guess. Robert Pattinson's bitching on, there was a little documentary on Peacock about it. He's like, it was a 45-minute walk to get up to that castle every day, and it had to wear the armor, and it was a pain in the butt. And it's like, hey, man, you take that walk, and you enjoy that walk up to the castle every day.
Yeah, builds your character, you entitled little shit.
I was like, it doesn't look good what he's complaining about, but he's actually one of the better parts of this movie, I'd say. He's one of the better acted parts of the movie. You have amazing actors, but all of them are sort of a little bit hollow. But you definitely feel the evilness of Robert Pattinson's character. He's one of the worst suitor. He's the main suitor trying to get Penelope while Odysseus is away.
Yeah, I could have used more scenes of him because he was so good in that role, like scheming behind the scenes and stuff. They went a little light on that, I'm guessing, for time.
Yeah,
maybe
I understand why. It's a 3-hour movie, and that's not the main point of it. But he did what he needed to do, and he shined.
Yeah,
and it's hard to shine with that cast. That cast just keeps going. It's such a sea of A-listers. So when you can be one of the big ones, like him, John Leguizamo, those were, I think, the two that really shined in my books. John is the old man. He was great. But so big movie. Matt Damon's at the helm of this thing. Shot beautiful. IMAX cameras. There's 41, I think. They made film for 41 theaters around the world that can play the actual prints. So it was the purest. Scott, got to experience the purest form of cinema.
I did the possible. 70 millimeter.
The true IMAX 70 mil in Irvine. One of the only ones in the frickin' world. Yeah. Here, there's 40 of these fucking theaters. Incredible. So how did that look?
It was gorgeous.
Yeah.
It was worth every penny.
Did you beyond? I mean, was it beyond immersive? Did it feel like
it was totally immersive? Because
how would you compare it to just every other movie? Because they're so rare you get a 70 millimeter IMAX. This is a white buffalo. So talk us through it.
Well, it almost feels like you're just there on set watching them film in front of you. It feels like you're there on location. It's hard to explain, but it's like it completes like all your senses. You can see it, you can hear it, you can feel it, you can taste it, you can smell it.
No digital touch.
It's so immersive. It's just your brain is just completing all the information because it's just giving it so much to work with.
So that rawness leaves your brain not disillusioned in any way. You are totally on board on this thing because your brain is not psyching you out. Because a lot of the times when you see bad CG or whatever, you see the little flaws in movies, your brain's like, oh, this is a movie, and it takes you from what you're doing.
Right.
But in a true IMAX, I mean, that is exactly what the director and the cinematographer and the lighting, I mean, everybody on that team, that's exactly what they wanted you to see. And you saw it pure form, like the best, drug in the world, just the purest ever.
It was fantastic.
That's great.
For one of the most iconic, well-known, oldest stories of mankind, it was quite the experience in 70 millimeter. For me, it felt like a real journey. Like I was there with them. I was exhausted for about 2 days.
Right afterwards.
After
that
watching
was
it.
Exhausting.
Yeah. Exhausting in the best way a movie can be exhausting. Like you went through it with Odysseus.
Did you feel for him? Because the way we are going on this journey with the character is we are almost fragmented and broken as he is. We are getting kind of tidbits and shots of this great man's fight over at Troy, And then pretty much that's all we see is tidbits of it, just a little bit of here and there, snapshots, and we even tease the night of the Trojan horse. We don't see much of it till almost third act of that night. And then you're on this journey, but he's also stuck with Calypso, with Charlize Theron's character, and she's feeding him these lotuses, so he's confused.
Yeah.
And it almost leaves us confused too. So there's a disconnection with Odysseus through the entire movie where it's like, does he care that he's left Penelope and Telemachus? Does he care that he's a king and he's missing? You know, it was hard for me. I mean, Matt Damon's fantastic, but it was hard for me to really grab on to him. I mean, I knew the source material so well, I could, that helped me carry it. But I'm just thinking as a layman who hasn't read the poem or hasn't been deeper into this world and lore, were they involved? Like, did they get with Matt Damon's character? Because he was pretty distant and aloof.
I've heard that complaint too. My perspective as a combat veteran,
that's
who did struggle with PTSD. That's how it feels.
Yeah.
When you're going through that and you're processing all that trauma and aftermath, you feel disconnected from everything, everyone, including yourself. So there is that element of confusion. Where am I? What am I doing? That just seems like present as Matt Damon is not really doing anything with this character, but he's actually doing so much.
He really was having a stoic, powerful, like just, you know, energy on the set. He definitely was the leader of this crew without having to say he was, and he felt that. But we didn't see
and it did allow that element for the crew to breathe, as far as they don't know if they can trust him.
Right.
They don't know if he's still in control. As we go deeper in this rabbit hole
and we go from island to island.
You know, assuming that they're all dealing with their own personal brands of trauma from this war.
Because it's 10 years of war.
They want to get home too.
But we don't see that war. And if Christopher Nolan would have given us a little bit more of the the war to show why we're so shell-shocked, it would have helped us, because we don't even see the big battle of the evening of Troy until late in the movie. If maybe that would have been put in the beginning, that could have helped us at least feel these soldiers' trauma a little more and understand the distanceness.
But that's not how it. But that's not how it manifests in real life. That trauma. You have to peel that back and pick it, like a veteran who goes through therapy. He's not going to tell you the story right away. Right. That's good. You get it, hear it later, because they don't even remember it. There's so much that a combat veteran might repress or not even remember exactly the lotus what triggered in whatever way, right? Whatever that is for him, to forget it and to break it up and to not have it be so real. So, you know, just kind of numb it, right? He knew that he wasn't where he was supposed to be on Calypso's island, but it was also better than where he had been, dealing with all that trauma and baggage and the guilt of not being home with Penelope, assuming God knows what is already going on in his absence, because the way they portray his character as there's nobody like him. Odysseus he's a strong Odysseus. King. Yeah, he's a big, strong king, great warrior, savvy, smart. Everything's probably going to hell without him. And his moment of understanding that this won't necessarily last forever, and he has to go and do what King Agamemnon wants, because he's the leader of all the Grecian islands, and he's the ultimate king, the king of kings at this time, right? And it's a weird way to say that, but that's technically what he was. So he has to go on this mission, and he has a great talk with Penelope the night before, just being like, I might not ever come back. You got to just marry the next guy. You just make it work. You hustle, whatever you need to do to just keep, you know, Telemachus safe, and to keep you safe, and to keep you with the roof under your house, you know, under this roof, and you know, thriving. And he just really lays it out. So I do like that we didn't leave Penelope just totally doe-eyed, like, oh, he's coming back. They had a real grounded, and then they made sweet love, but a real grounded conversation about just the facts. And, you know, she was prepared for this, which was great. And I'm going to give a rare praise to Anne Hathaway because I've been hating on her since
Princess Diaries. No,
Diaries 2, or at least since Alice in Wonderland. What the hell is this?
You didn't like that performance?
I did like
the
those
Red
movies.
Queen's sister, the White Queen.
She was okay, but that was like the beginning of she was a one-trick pony.
She was a very pretty one-trick pony.
She's easy on the eyes.
Yeah,
that makes it easy. And I was hating on her in the beginning of the story. She is not bringing her A game to this character. She's just hidden
behind the wall. She's talking to the maids. You don't see much of her for a good chunk.
Which is also true. But she didn't do much with what little we had. But her whole arc throughout, I thought, was brilliantly performed.
It really was.
Yeah, she grew into that character really nicely and in the perfect kind of way to make you feel like you were on that journey with her.
Okay, so Mia Goth plays her handmaiden that ends up betraying her. And as great as Anne was, I thought Mia was overacting the shit out of her performance. I just did not like her. She was like playing her cards too obvious. She was totally into Patterson, and that was obvious. And it was like, if you're supposed to be so sneaky and spying, what are you doing? I didn't think, and I usually like Mia Goth. I think she's a great actress, but I did not think that. I think she was probably the worst cast choice out of the movie.
Maybe, or her performance was specifically directed to make us not like her.
But she played it so dumb. Anne Hathaway should have picked up on all of that and had her head chopped off. Like, there's no way she would have gotten away with all that crap. She played it so obvious, in my opinion. It was a little bit low hanging fruit.
You never know why royalty does or doesn't do the way things. Might as wait to see how it all plays out before being like, I knew about it the whole time.
Right.
But then Odysseus came in.
That's way
unexpected.
That's way at the end.
And, made it what it ended up being.
I did like, though, Telemachus didn't wait around. He's like, I'm going to go figure this out. I need to go. At first, it was like, where's dad? And then it became like, how can I be king? And now I'm going to figure out how to become, how to just take this throne, make sure that these suitors don't take my birthright. So he did grow a little bit. I know you didn't like him.
I'm not ready to talk about
Telemachus.
Telemachus.
Okay.
Yeah. So I do want to, because you mentioned there wasn't enough Troy.
Not enough
for you.
Pissed me off.
But I thought from the moment they started coming out of the horse to the very end of that scene,
that was fantastic.
Was some of the most tense, dramatic war scenes I had ever seen, with very
little violence,
minimal violence, blood, and action. But that whole scene, and Ludwig Göransson or whatever,
the composer,
fantastic. Just slow build of drums and then the horn. Fantastic.
He had to fabricate those instruments. He literally did a deep dive history into what they would have listened to at that time, and he had to make these wind instruments. No, they weren't any in existence, so he had to fabricate the mouthpieces and stuff. And it's pretty cool. It's him and
it's cool that
four guys did
decided
that
to take the history seriously in this movie,
but that's been getting shade that Hans Zimmer didn't bring the beef and didn't have this epic soundtrack. This is a very quiet soundtrack. This is a couple people in a sound room doing it, and it's intimate, and it's very
I thought it was perfect.
It wasn't big movie soundtrack, not at all.
No, but that allowed the performances and the locations
to shine,
to come forward.
You don't want a John Williams eating that up.
No, right between a dramatic monologue and the next thing.
Is this the guy who did Oppenheimer? Because I know Hans Zimmer wasn't around for that one.
Yeah.
Is it the same guy?
Yeah.
Okay, because I did not like his Oppenheimer. It was too jarring.
New boy. It was supposed to be.
I know, but it was for slow scenes. It didn't.
Quantum mechanics.
I got to rewatch it, but I did not appriciate.
It was fantastic.
But you did that one 70 millimeter IMAX true as well. I didn't see it that way.
On some mushrooms as well.
65-inch TV on my end. So you did it different. that I hit different. That's a weird movie to watch.
Oh yeah,
do it.
But it was perfect though, especially getting into the whole aspects.
Edgar, edit the last minute, please. Let's go back. We're talking about Mario Brothers, people. Toadstool, get your minds out of the gutters.
Yeah, I had a green one. Then go fast.
Jeez Louise. All right, so
so he's Nolan's new boy, and is Nolan is the new Spielberg.
He's the
one who when he makes a movie, people will go see it.
Yeah, no, Spielberg. No one went to see Disclosure Day. He's out.
I know. He's done.
Are out.
You're done.
He can't make a movie anymore. It's sad.
But I've heard it's good. But not good enough.
Not good enough. I'll see it's when streaming. Universal.
Yeah, I want to watch it. I want to go out in the theater.
We should have.
I see a trailer for a movie and I want to see that. Oh, it's Spielberg. Cool. I definitely want to see it.
I won't do trailers. I will only do teaser trailers because I watch.
Well, when I'm in the theater and that's what they're giving me, that's what I have to go for. If it's something I know that's coming out that I already know I want to see,
right?
Based on who. Like I saw the teaser trailers for the Odyssey in theaters, and that's it. I didn't see anything else online where they do the second trailer, the final trailer, and all that stuff.
You don't want that.
No. If I already want to see it, I don't want to see anything more until I see everything.
Yeah. I've learned if you are subjugated to it and you have to sit there during a trailer, say like in a theater situation, when the dialogue stops and it's just music, just look somewhere else, because all of that is the third act big moments and you're just watching all the big good stuff. Yeah. If your brain is like photographic at all and it hits those points, you can kind of tie in where the movie's going to go, and it's frustrating. So better going blind. Teaser trailers at best.
But I did notice that there was one scene in the Odyssey trailer that wasn't in the movie.
What?
With John Bernthal.
What? Those are crazy. Okay, Force Awakens did that for me. There's like an X-Wing that goes against the water and it was never in the movie. I'm like, what the fuck? Wasn't that in the trailer? Yeah. So it's weird when you get those. It's like the trailer guy got a different cut. I don't know how that ever ends up happening. Or his highlight reel included the deleted scene or something. It's weird.
Maybe. It could be because you only get so many. You want to put a scene or a clip from that scene into the trailer, but all these other lines you don't want to give away, so you just throw in something to show that John Bernthal's in there yelling, doing his John Bernthal, Frank Castle thing,
right?
But it's not anything pertinent to a reveal or a giveaway. It was just something that decided could have been cut. So let's just throw that in there.
Bizarre. Wow. So we got just it's odd to have a movie like the Odyssey without the Iliad, because he really should have started like the start of this journey and seeing Odysseus like actually fighting and stuff. We're just seeing like all the aftermath, which is like the journey home and all that. It's like reading the second half of a book. It's a strange way to go about it, but it's the name that people stick. So if you go and say, I'm going to make a $250 million movie called The Iliad, they're going to be like, is that a flower? It just doesn't have the name as Odyssey. The name,
but it also
it's got good stuff. That's where the big battle of Troy is, and it's fantastic. But but I don't know why people don't.
Oh no, that's like asking. There's not even a comparable example of this, but the closest I can get is, hey, Mr. Cronenberg, why don't you make a normal movie?
Okay. That's not in his wheelhouse.
Right.
Does not compute.
And so for you, the obvious choice is we want to see Christopher Nolan do
the full
epic
saga
war movie.
Yeah.
But no, this is the part of that entire tale that's interesting. This is one half of the story.
Yeah.
And it's its own half for a reason. It's not tacked on at the end. That's the story he wanted to tell. Like the main story of Oppenheimer isn't the atomic bomb.
Yeah.
It's a rivalry between colleagues. And not just Robert Downey Jr. and
Josh Hartnett's another player.
Oppenheimer. Well, he was more allies with
he gets
the German scientists. Before we were even at war with the Germans, before the Germans were even Nazis. They split the atom? No, that's impossible. Well, they did it. We just replicated it next door. Okay, now we're off. But there's that budding.
Competition.
Yeah, that was the story, and how that competition corrupts.
Yeah.
Which brought the downfall of RDJ's character.
Well said. Yeah.
So those are the stories he focuses on. Dunkirk was technically a war movie, but his story focuses on a retreat.
But that
was a retreat.
But civilians helping the military more.
Yeah.
It's a very beautiful story. It's a very rare instance of war, and it's kind of cool that he chose that one snapshot.
Yeah, it's a great story. It's a beautiful story, beautifully told, but it really is a retreat, something you don't typically write a story about.
But good transition. So Tom Hardy comes in to Dunkirk, and his 5 minutes are some of the best 5 minutes on film. Like, he's fantastic. He crushes it. Zendaya is our 5 minute Tom Hardy for Odyssey.
Oh, nice transition.
And what a difference that is. She comes in and brings nothing to the table. I know she's supposed to just be like stoic, but it's Athena. Like, can you give us anything, lady? She made $5 million for that, by the way.
That's crazy.
$1 million a minute. $1 million a minute, dude.
Okay, but this
what?
I'm gonna give and it's not gonna feel good. I'm gonna need a cigarette while I do it.
Oh dear. It's that bad.
I did not have a problem with Zendaya's performance in this.
Okay.
Even though it was exactly like all her other performances.
She didn't talk much. That was
pensive, aloof, judgy. You know, I've got my opinions, but everyone in the world knows that my opinions are facts. And I'm just going to kind of scowl while I deliver these facts to you.
Held her chin high.
Which is perfect for a character like Athena. It's a little annoying. It's uncomfortable, but that's what wisdom is, and knowledge, and that sort of thing.
I guess the pride side of it.
My biggest problem with her character in the movie was the lack of armor.
She had nothing but a toga,
bed
just her sheet,
hooded.
I thought it was supposed to be innocence, though, Scott.
Bullshit.
Because she's not. She's not Athena.
No,
she's not truly Athena. She's the little girl that got killed at Athena's temple. Remember when the horse knocks into her or whatever, and she dies, and that's the girl he sees. So that's his interpretation. That's his human form of this god. That's what's being manifested just to Matt Damon. It's his Videodrome Barbie.
That's fine, but that's bullshit. I want my Athena in armor. Oh, she was born with it.
She could have. And the owl comes down. It would have been epic.
Like, doesn't have to be epic.
You could have done Clash of the Titans style, right? You
wanted been
full
subtle armor,
bright whitened. You didn't want her looking.
It doesn't have to be that big, but it's got to be something. Like, she was born wearing that shit. It's a big part of her character.
He didn't really care about that stuff.
With it.
So you noticed how he took a lot of the fantastic out of this fantasy movie. He did as little as he could to make it fantastic. Our sea monster is like an urchin antenna, and then like it just grabs out with these long and like sticky fingers almost, and just pulls it back.
But that was so cool.
But it was so little. It was no
so
kraken.
Little, but it was practical.
Was no huge sea monster.
I want to watch it again, just because I refuse to believe that wasn't CG.
It was.
So
it was CG. So what it is it's 6 Ricky systems, and Matt Damon talks about this in something. He was on a circle talk about it, and he was saying it was after lunch. The stunt guy sets it all up, and they pull the 6 soldiers out, in sync with it at the same time that they have jet skis going and making a circle to make the whirlpool around for the graphics guys to then, edit properly to get the right conditions of the water to run. So they have that all real time. So they got jet skis in circles making the whirlpool base. And then as they're going through that crevasse or whatever, they have the Rickies pulling these soldiers out. So on the boat, in the middle of the water, they're yanking these guys and pulling them on ropes out into the sea.
Incredible.
It looks so good. It looks so good.
Where did they find that enormous cave to do that?
To actually shoot it in? But no, they shot real IMAX though.
Yeah.
Like in the cave. Like that was not a sound studio. They went into a cave and they shot that, and they tested the sound levels. It all worked out. It was actually too loud.
And Robert Pattinson's gonna bitch about going to a castle.
No, it was this. The IMAX is a pretty loud machine, and it was too loud in the cave scenes. It was just making, and they couldn't get the silent moments they needed. So they had to make
There's no way to.
But they made a casing, a special unique casing just for this movie, and now they had a perfectly silent, movable, transportable IMAX camera.
Yeah.
Incredible.
And that's what I love about film. I definitely have a passion for pushing the envelope of technology.
Not letting CG do it all, pushing what we can do with our hands.
Yeah.
We our creativity that way.
But finding ways around problems.
Mm-hmm.
Like Stanley Kubrick and Barry Lyndon. They had to create a lens. He teamed up with NASA to create a lens just so he could shoot this movie the way he wanted to.
Wow. I love that. And that passion makes good quality work.
Yeah.
And so Odyssey, if you go in expecting epic big movie, sweeping, like you would see, like, say, a Godzilla, King Kong, just huge scale.
Clash of the Titans.
Old school, not as much, but the new ones Warner Brother did, yes, where it's just these really big movies. You know, you can't see that the man is so small compared to the CG monster. That is not this movie.
Well, the old school ones were big for back then.
Yeah, a little more grounded. But we did get a little off the rails in the early 2010s, where it was just, we needed the biggest movie possible, and it had to be, huge scale and scope.
We need to prove that our CGI looks good when it's just CGI.
But this is nothing like that. And you expect you were thinking maybe IMAX, you were going to have that. This is a medium shot movie through and through. You are not getting wide shots, big shots very often, unless it's to establish where you are.
Yeah,
this is
a quick transition.
Through and through. Yeah. We got our close-ups and stuff, but we're like, it's not a Braveheart. We're not seeing, 1,000 men against 1,000 men, nothing close.
Nope.
And we have moments,
waist up all the way.
Like I say, with the pigs and Cersei is real intimate. The cave with Cyclops is real intimate.
Oh, how awesome was that shot?
The cave?
Or
with Cersei.
Cersei.
Oof. And she played it perfect.
Wasn't she fantastic? I hadn't seen her in so long.
Yeah, I was like, hey, Walking Dead or whatever. She was
to see her show up. I was like, oh, awesome.
Right. She's been in a lot of stuff.
Like a warm hug.
Yeah.
Samantha Morton.
Nice. You got the name drop. I couldn't get it for the life of me. She's one of those actors where it's like, you're always the bit role, so I never grabbed the name or whatever.
I just remember her most from Equilibrium.
Oh, yeah. Yes.
I watched the hell out of that movie when I had it on DVD.
Great. It's the Matrix counterpart, really.
It is, yeah.
Christian Bale crushes it.
It's an amazing film.
It's low budget. You can see it's not big strings.
Yeah, but I think that adds to it. It definitely sets it apart from Matrix in that reason for me. It's unfortunately got overshadowed because they're two totally different stories.
But just came out at the wrong time.
Yeah.
If it would have precursored it or like whatever, that'd have been something, but just came out and it looked like a repeat.
If it came out after Christian Bale was Batman, because it came out like a little before.
Oh, yeah.
More people would have seen it.
Way before.
More people would have seen that if it came out after he was Batman. That was like his stepping stone to the action genre.
Like Terminator. Can you believe we got him in a Terminator movie?
Let's not go there.
We're not going to go there. That's for another time.
Salvation is like one of those, the title which movie. We do not speak.
There are a few of these in movie history.
What a disappointment.
But
like Telemachus.
Did you know everybody in our Odyssey movies roughly making about $6 million? Robert Pattinson made about $3 million. Anne Hathaway made like $6 million. Zendaya made her $5 million.
Yeah.
Charlize made her $6 million.
There's no way.
John Leguizamo made about that.
There's no way the girls could have gotten less money than the boys, despite significant less amount of screen time. They just wouldn't have it.
I don't know. Tom got $10 million for what he did. I don't know if I agree with that. I didn't know what Benny Shaif
He was in it half the movie, unfortunately.
Well, he said he took a cut. He took a Nolan discount because he normally makes more on a Spider-Man, on his superhero movies.
He's probably technically right.
10 mil.
I don't know why you would say that.
Right? That's a weird thing to say. Just have out there ethos. That's a little arrogant or whatever.
I want to say you're not good enough to speak like that, but his movie is making $2 billion.
Fastest ever.
So people like him.
Top 7 movies of all time, highest grossing. It's crazy. And it was so quick. It's like 1.8 right now. Just to put in perspective,
You want to wrap up the
Odyssey's 1.2 billion.
Let's wrap up the Odyssey, and then we'll take the leash off you on that.
So 15 mil, Matt Damon earned every bit.
Yeah, I think if the Academy still has any taste whatsoever, he's got a nomination coming.
Tom Holland will not. Zendaya will not. Anne Hathaway will
Tom
not.
Holland might get a supporting actor despite the screen time.
No, it wasn't there. His performance wasn't there. Any of the women? Charlize won't get it. She's too little. Anne Hathaway, maybe. She's sitting on her Oscar for being in the fucking Les Mis for 2 minutes, and she doesn't need to worry about Oscars ever again. Made me cry. Her fucking song in the beginning of that movie's a dog turd. Russell Crowe sings the whole time. Complete dog turd movie.
I've heard it's terrible.
But holy shit, her beginning song. Just watch the first 10 minutes. Just be blown away. I'm like, I see why you got an Oscar.
She's a good singer?
And that she was. Holy shit balls.
Right.
Wow. That makes you feel something. But anyways, so I don't know if there's going to be a lot of Oscar buzz. He might get just the best director, best picture for sure. Nominations. Those are down the pike for sure. No contest. Cinematography will be there, that kind of stuff.
Yeah, cinematography, production.
Man. What would you give it out of 10? Actually, give me 2 scales. I want you to do like a tomato score where it's like the critic, like a Scot who appreciates cinema, and then like a layman's. So what would Scott give it, and then what would just like everybody else say it was?
For Scott would give it 7.5.
That's low. Wow. Okay, I thought you were going to go like 9 out of 10, 10 out of 10.
Okay, I'll give it an 8. I'll boost it up to an 8.
But there's something
Tom
there.
Holland really drags it.
That was what it was?
Yeah.
Okay, so 3 hours and it was Tom's fault?
We've hinted at this, but we didn't really go into why he is so terrible.
He's so terrible because he just has like resting little like whiny face. Like he's just a wimp.
It's the same problem I have with the Spider-Man movies. His character has no sequel after sequel. He's the same unsure, stupid. This is a dumb idea. Little pipsqueak. And he never grows. He never matures as a character or as an actor.
We haven't seen him do much different. Uncharted was just about the same acting as he would as Peter Parker, which is about what he did until he kissed.
It was better. It was more sure of himself. It was one of the better performances I've seen him. I didn't have too much issue with his Nathan Drake, despite acknowledging that this is a little bit of a different take than the one we're used to.
Little different, big different. If you played the games, holy shit. But Nolan North is so hard to take a Nolan North voice and persona and just energy, and then you get a Tom Holland.
Yeah.
Like, no, dude. That voice actor just crushes this video games performance. One of the best ever.
But those video games have a lot of heart to it. And
yes,
that's what that movie was lacking. It was
Which is bizarre that Naughty Dog let that happen. Same thing Assassin's Creed movie. The video games have a hard time transitioning over.
Yeah. It just felt like a garbage cash grab. Which is what everyone was worried about. Is what it wound up being.
But it's
disappointing.
So layman's rating then would be much lower than 7.5.
No, 4.
You think the Odyssey got a 4 with the layman?
4 or 5. Wow. Yeah, because I think it suffers from what your initial criticism was, like, where's the big battle?
Where's the first half of the story?
Yeah, just bits and pieces of Troy. What the hell? Where's Achilles?
There was a lot missing, and what the fuck was that whole island with the Greek silver warrior god tall giants that did nothing and just killed everybody in 2 seconds and were like bad CG? That was by far like the worst. To have that be one of our main action points, that was so bad, dude. That was so weak. And all the IMAX posters is that scene, and you see the tall giants, and this is shit. Big shit.
Yeah, it was just a no shit moment in the movie.
So interesting take. I got through the movie. I thought the same thing. I was like, wow, that is a beautifully shot. I mean, everybody's bringing what they thought was their A game to this thing. Like you could see everyone wanted this to be the biggest movie of all time. You just saw that on the wall. There was a hubris to it. But a small movie. It was a rather contained story that you needed to know a lot of background to really get all the fine points.
Oh yeah. You have to be I'd say a fan of the poem.
Yeah.
And to know something about it.
Like we brush past the sirens, we brush past the sea monsters. You get these little snapshots. The Cyclops got some time, the Witch got some time, but we don't have a lot. We don't say even the underworld that didn't get very much. Like it was just we're going, and it sort of it sort of hindered it, I think, in a way, to have so many locations, to have us moving so quickly, and to not have it all kind of lined up in a way that would make us care for the character and the ending. By the end, I'm like, just get this goddamn bow strung and shoot this motherfucker. I want, you know what I mean? Like you felt like, excuse me.
Yeah.
That's the suitors' dinner scene was just so long and almost like, I don't care enough at this point. The stakes aren't high enough. You haven't built up to this moment for us to care what this 30 minutes is going to be like to end it.
Yeah.
Very lackluster ending, my opinion.
But I thought the massacre was awesome. That was
it was a good fight scene. Yeah, that was really well shot and a good fight scene. But yeah, it was really for Christopher Nolan.
Any love for John Leguizamo?
I thought his performance was great.
Yeah.
And the dog brought some heart to Odysseus. When he patted him on the head was the most you felt. That and the scene where he's having sex with his wife before he leaves for battle.
Yeah.
Those are the only times you see Odysseus even give a shit about anything. And they were great scenes. Excuse me.
The wife and his dog. No heart for his weak son, Telemachus. Fuck you, daddy's home.
That's it. So 7 out of 10. I was disappointed.
Yeah,
I was. It wasn't Gladiator. I thought I was going to be like this movie. What the fuck? Like, right?
See, I knew it wasn't.
Yeah,
because I was very familiar with.
But even like the sirens, you see the sirens from a distance. You see the monster only really fast. I mean, like I said, you didn't get the wow big moments that should have been there for this big fantasy.
Not for a Christopher Nolan movie.
He didn't want it.
Yeah,
he wanted it grounded as can be.
He's a big. So yeah, the Batman movies were big movies, as they should have been. It would have been weird to just have a medium to close up Batman movie, right?
But he can do the big movie. Interstellar is a huge movie. Inception is a huge movie. That's his bread and butter. This was all lined up for him to just knock it out of the park.
Memento, Oppenheimer.
Memento's his second movie? Prestige, I think, is his first. But yeah, there's those are just smaller in scale. You can't really compare it to his later.
Maybe that was his personal challenge. How do I make the Odyssey smaller?
He did. He definitely made it smaller.
Yeah.
But overall, I'm not like I regretted going to see it. But I don't know if I would have paid the $40 IMAX ticket. I did it on a discount Tuesday.
Oh, you probably would have given it an 8.
Yeah. It would have been that much more.
Yeah.
Maybe but I would have been pissed about paying that much. So it was like, $6 or $40.
70 millimeter. There's only, you can't watch that at home.
True.
Digital is digital, whether it's at home or in the theater, but 70 millimeter projection, that's something else.
Yeah.
So I saw 2001 Space Odyssey in IMAX 70 millimeter.
Odyssey.
What?
Yeah, continue.
Yeah. 2001 Space Odyssey.
Yes. Good one.
After seeing it, half 100 times on TVs, large and small over the years, and it was like seeing it for the first time. It was like a whole different movie.
Wow. Okay.
Like seeing it, like I got what he was doing for the first time, and it's such a weird, confusing movie.
Yes, it is.
But 70 millimeter IMAX, yeah, I will. If Adam Sandler comes out with a 70 millimeter IMAX movie, I'll go see it.
That ticket.
Yeah.
But now, was 2001 shot in 70 mil? in its day? Because IMAX is from like 86, I think, the technology.
Yeah. Panavision?
So I guess
think that's
that
what
would
they
be
were
its
doing back
predecessor.
then. Yeah.
And that is 70 mil? So it was a true...
Or they transferred it
yeah.
over, or it's at least somewhat equivalent. I don't know, but it was gorgeous.
Stunning. Nice.
Yeah.
I love the transition from the Odyssey to the Space Odyssey.
Yeah.
That's fun.
And that's another thing about what makes the Odyssey the story it is. We use that term Odyssey to talk about a journey,
So long,
but a very specific, long, arduous,
it's not an A to B
ridiculously, needlessly long journey. It has a very special meaning.
It does. There's a disparity in it as well. There's like a longing for home. There's heartache. There's so much rolled up in that word, the Odyssey. Odyssey. It's just you're gonna feel a lot. You're gonna go long and far. It's gonna take a while.
And with as little movement as possible, I thought Matt Damon really sold that.
He did. His presence was a great. I don't know if it was just all the creatine, because man, was he yoked, but he just was a force in this movie, like we had talked about earlier, even as an old man.
Yeah. I think when you have everybody involved and you're at these gorgeous and at the same time inaccessible places with all this equipment, and there's that sense that it's all riding on you, that weight comes into that performance in a really cool way.
Tom Holland said something like that about it. He said Christopher Nolan makes it so easy where it's almost like you don't have to act. You're feeling these feelings because you're living through this experience. He set it up just where there's so little, other influences besides just the natural setting and the person in front of you that you really feel like you're experiencing it. So he's like, I didn't have to act as much, which I don't know if that's a good thing. But like it says, he didn't have to try to act as much. He just was more genuine, he said, in his performance. But here's my Murray minute.
And it shows.
Fucking Spider-Man Brand New Day. Fuck that shit. I'm sorry. That's a lot of F words, but that movie.
So just to clarify,
we were Tom Holland and Zendaya.
Jesse and I were supposed to see this movie together.
Yes.
We couldn't go last week. We wanted to go on Discount Tuesday.
Yes. I'll go even save the schmeckles.
Missed it a week ago, and then I was camping with the family this week.
So I saw
when he went and saw it.
Yeah.
So we're not going to discuss it together, but he's gonna tell us how he feels about it.
It's just a Murray rant here, just a 1 minute rant.
Because now I don't have to see it.
So with such a deep lore of characters, and you have villain after villain that has so many cool powers, that has such good connections that you can make a riveting story with, we get. Who do you think we get? Okay, because they did a great job on the trailers not telling us who we get as the villain. Who do you think our villain is in this movie? You'll never guess, but just go ahead.
Yeah,
shoot it in the dark. It's not a Spider-Man character, and it's someone that literally kills movies. This character just is notoriously bad for wrecking movies if they're involved as like a main part of it.
Okay, so a villain I've seen before.
It's a hero. It's a hero with like OP powers. Mental shit.
Oh, Jean Grey?
Jean Grey.
Oh,
she's the
spoiler.
Fucking villain again. And I just was so underwhelmed.
Nobody wants that.
Nobody wants this.
You gotta, that's like in Thanos. You have to build to that to get anyone to care.
This felt like an in-between movie that I have to just get this X-Men sort of lore in there quick because Doomsday's around the corner and I gotta make all this stuff work so that my cake comes out right in the next movie. And I don't want that in a Spider-Man movie. I don't want it in between. You go make some shitty new Avengers Thunderbolt movie and give us all that exposition, which White Widow's in because she's in this movie. White Widow, the new one, the Black Widow, whatever, the new one.
Yelena.
Yes. because no one went to go see Thunderbolts. And so they have to make sure that you understand that this is new Avengers thing's happening and it's going to be in fucking Doomsday.
It's happening.
Sons of bitches.
We're making it happen.
This movie's so fucking forced, but it's beautiful.
I like Thunderbolts.
It was unfortunate that this Brand New Day it's a new guy. We don't have the same director that did the last three. And he comes in. He's the guy that did Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings, and he did some.
I enjoyed that.
So it's shot real nice. Spider-Man's in a suit again. It's not a CG suit. It's an actual suit. We see it like a Toby was, which I did appreciate.
Cool.
But we're just we get like 10 minutes in the beginning where we think we're gonna have a great movie. They have villains that we're seeing, like comic book cover shots of Spider-Man taking out these villains, and you're like, let's go. We got Tombstone. We got like kind of like Scorpions there. And we think this is going to be
a little kick-ass montage.
Yes, like Fantastic Four did. Remember in their beginning of theirs, like where they took out the red monkey and they took out this other guy? They did the exact same fucking thing, dude. And it looks so good. And that was all we're going to get. So that was our 4 years of him being Spider-Man in a quick montage. And now we're going to get to Jean Grey needing to find out who hurt her sister. And we're on his chase. And she's...
So this is like since the blip kind of montage.
Yes, right. This is where I've been doing my thing as Spider-Man. Zendaya's at MIT making a bunch of like whatever friends, and I'm not a part of that anymore. So we see like snapshots of Ned Leeds, like selfies. Hey, I'm at this party, whatever. So Tom Holland's like he's spying on these guys, his best friend and his ex.
Well, he's out fighting crime. Yeah. He's sitting feeling bad about it.
That's it.
This is what be a normal kid. It's like, you have an alter ego, motherfucker. Use it.
Yep. So regardless of all that, it's exactly like Venom plays out, the first Venom. Remember when the bad goo comes down and it hits like somewhere in Asia, and then it like hits on the old lady, and then she spends it to someone else, and they spend it to someone else. Same dynamic. We got like a villain that pops from person to person, making bad people do stuff, making people do bad stuff. And it's just Jean Grey. That is literally her only power in the whole freaking movie. She doesn't fly. She doesn't do any of her other stuff she can do. It's just literally she possesses people within a certain radius. And if it's out of the radius, she can't do it. And then she gets so pissed off, she ends up freezing the whole fucking city. And it takes like, that's the big climax, is to unfreeze the city.
She leveled up quick.
It was very disappointing. There was no real bad guy, because at the end you feel bad for Jean and you want to help her out, sort of thing, and her in spite of your friends. Punisher's just there to be there. And then halfway through, he becomes a joke. Like, he has a cool hideout, but it's just to hide Jean in. And then Jean starts taking over his body towards the end and makes him say silly things. And he's just like campy. And it's just like, this is not the Punisher. It was a really jarring thing.
No.
I kept flipping off the screen, Scott. I'm like, what the hell is this? We get no post-credit, nothing. We get a little like, oh, Spider-Man's in space, little bleep, bleep, bleep on the spider radar. So I ended up just saying, fuck you, movie. I'm out. Walked out, big middle finger to the screen. I was so disappointed. Hashtag not my Spider-Man. Bring us back Spider-Man 4 with Tobey Maguire and Sam Raimi right now. Come on, Sony, do the right thing.
Come on.
But this movie was supposed to be the merging of Venom and Spider-Man from Sony. Sony wanted so bad to have the King in Black story arc from the comics. And they had it all set up to have it, even the post-credit of Venom: The Last Dance hints at the King of Black, and we just don't get it. We don't get anything close to it. There was no Tom Holland movie that we all wanted. We all wanted a Venom Spider-Man movie. We've been wanting it since they butchered it with Topher Grace in the Sam Raimi trilogy. But we didn't get it. And we got this instead. Tom Holland wanted this. We got Jean fucking Grey. Turd of a movie. Waste of time. Can't believe it made $2 billion, dude.
How?
1.8 billion. It made almost double what Odyssey has right now.
How is that possible? How could it be this bad?
It's bad for someone that reads all the comics, that knows the potential of Spider-Man, and this is what they gave us. It was drivel for the masses. It was just clickbait. Here's this guy. Here's a setup. Looked good, though.
New toys.
It looked good. It looked gorgeous.
New costume for Halloween.
And that's my longer than 1 minute rant. I'm done. I give it a 4 out of 10 because it looked good. Costumes are great. Well shot. Trite story. That's it.
So we finished Lifeforce?
That's it. All right.
Let's go.
Peace.
You're still here? It's over. Come back next week. Go.